welcome to my slide. Hi to Amber and Heidi in Broughton. Hello to Hallie Beth. Hi Harry in Nottingham. I'll do some more shout outs in a second. So carrying on from yesterday, just to recap yesterday, I know a lot of you weren't with me yesterday. It was a beautiful bank holiday, so I'm glad you enjoyed that. We were having a quick go at percentages and numbers. So what is 35%? Oh, I can hear myself there. What is 35% of 182? Remember using the 10% and the 1% information to try and work that out. Give that a go and I'll show you in a minute. Hi Thomas, age 9, Oliver. Thomas, age 10 and Oliver, age 9. Hi Izzy, hello Izzy. Hi Catherine in Northampton. Hi Natasha in Chorley. Hi Amelia in London. Hi Shreya in Coventry. Hi Kayan in Norwich. No, you're not late, don't worry. We're just doing a starter task. Hi Kieran in Kent. Hi Sonny in Huddersfield. Okay, so let's have a go at this. So 35% of 182. I'm going to write it up there, just so I have lots of space. Because those who were joining yesterday saw you need quite a lot of working out space for doing bits of fractions. So, when you're finding out the percentage of a number, you need to be able to find 10% and 1%. If you can find 10% and 1% of a number, you can find any percentage of a number. To find 10%, you need to divide the number you're given by 10. So that's 182. So if we divide 182 by 10, in a whole number, the decimal point is always hidden to the right. If you divide it by 10, it jumps once to the left. So 10% of 182 is 18.2. When you're finding 1%, it jumps twice. It goes 1, 2. So 1% is 1.82. We don't want 10%, we want 30%. So we'll be timesing our answer by 3. And we don't want 1%, we want 5%. So we'll be timesing our answer by 5. So 18.2 times by 3. Now yesterday, if you were watching, I made some awful mistakes with my calculating, didn't I? So I'm going to try and be a lot more accurate today. So 2 times 3 is 6. 8 3 is 1 8 is 8, 2 8 is 16, 3 8 is 24, 1 3 is 3, 4 5. So 54.6. So therefore 30% of 182 is 54.6. And then if I do my 1%, use this space here. I need this space to do my adding in a minute. So 1.82 times by 5. My decimal point in, 2 5s are 10, 8 5s are 40, so that's 41, and 1 5 is 5, that's 9, so that's 9.10. Add that together, so that's 0, 7, 4 plus 9 is 13, and 5 plus 1 is 6. So 35% of 182 is 63.7. It can be 63.70. Let me just have a look and see if we've got any answers. So, well done, Harry. So, it's just Harry. I know Harry joined in yesterday. Don't worry if you're not sure about it. If you were here yesterday, it was quite a long lesson. So, and it is a year 6 task. There is another lesson on my YouTube page. It's called Maths Not Live, and it's percentages of numbers. So if you want to have if you were in yesterday's lesson and you weren't so sure, and you've looked at that and gone, I'm not so sure again, go onto my YouTube page, look for Tuition by Steph Maths Not Live in all those videos that I've put up, and there's another lesson for you to have a go at if you're not sure. But don't worry, because we're not doing percentage of numbers today, we're going to be doing ratio. Now, ratio, again, is something like area and perimeter and all, like a lot of the other things we've been doing is something we use in real life. It comes up in year 6 mainly, but all of you will be using it in your everyday life. Ratio is comparing two amounts. Well, it can be more than, it doesn't have to be two amounts. It's comparing a number of amounts, but those numbers of amounts need to stay the same. I'll show you an explanation. For example, if you're making a recipe and the recipe says that you need 100 grams of flour and you need 3 eggs, you need 3 eggs, and that's for 2 people. If you're making the recipe for 4 people, that means you need to, because you're doubling the amount of people, that means you need to double everything in the recipe. So that will be 200 grams of flour and 6 eggs. So that's what ratio is. It's comparing 2 or more amounts, but you need to keep the balance the same. Otherwise, there's no point having the ratio. Ratio, the first question in the challenge question that I gave you, the first question was, when you have these values, you say I've got 2 values here, how are they separated? Which punctuation mark separates them? I said, is it a dash? I said, is it a comma? Or I said, is it a colon? Now the answer was, it is a colon. So you separate, for that last one, I said, so say if it was 206, that's the ratio, 200 to 6, or whatever number it is. So I'll give you another example. So it might be that for a dog's dinner, if a dog's having his dinner, it might need 3 grams of meat. For every 3 grams of meat, it might need 6 biscuits. That's a weird one to think up. So that's for 1 dog. Okay, so for 1 dog's dinner, you need 3 grams of meat to 6 biscuits. Now, if that dog has 3 meals a day, you need 3 lots of these. So 3 times 3 is 9, so that would be 9 grams of meat, and 6 3s are 18 biscuits. So the ratio, as you can see, both sides are staying the same. Now, that's numerical. I like to start showing ratio with colours. So if I show you, so in this ratio pattern, I've got 3 blue circles and 2 pink circles. And I might get asked, what is the ratio of blue to pink circles? Now, if you listen to the question, it says blue to pink. That means because I've said blue first, that means the number of blue need to come first. So there's 3 blue and there's 2 pink. So the ratio of blue to pink is 3 to 2. I'll show you another example. So I've got 4 purple and 1 green, and I'm asked, what is the ratio of green to purple? What is the ratio of green to purple? That is 1 to 4, because the question asked me green first to purple. I could do this all day. I could just do the colour ratio all day, but you'll see. So if I do now, I'll do blue. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do a trickier one now. 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. The question might be, what is the ratio of pink to green to blue? What is the ratio of pink to green to blue? So pink first, pink to green, there's 2 green, to blue, there's 3 blue. That is what it will look like. It's easy to spot how many of the colours there are. It's trickier to read the question and understand exactly what it's asking you for. If you put 3 to 2 to 4, it would have been wrong because you need to hear what order the question's asking it in. Okay. I'll give you, going back to the numbers, I'll give you another example. So in a class of 30, so class of 30 children, 25 of those children are girls. Okay? And the question might be, what is the ratio of boys to girls? What is the ratio of boys to girls? So got our dots, we know there's 2 values, and the question said boys, now we don't know how many boys there are yet, to girls. Oh, we don't know how many boys there are yet. To girls, we know there's 25 girls. Okay? If there's 25 girls and there's 30 children altogether, that must mean there's 5 boys. So that is the ratio. So sometimes it involves some calculating. Okay? Right, I'm going to show you the 2 challenge questions. There's only 2 because the first challenge question was what type of punctuation do you use for ratio? So I need... So question 2 was this. Pretend this is a red pen. And the question was, what is the ratio of blue to red blocks? And question 3 was, I have a packet of sweets. Harry's ready with his answers. I have a packet of sweets. For every 3 orange sweets, every 3 orange sweets, I have 4 green sweets. Okay? I have a packet of sweets, 3 orange, 4 green. If I have 6 orange sweets, how many green sweets do I have? Okay, give those a go. I'll only give you a minute because it shouldn't be too bad. And then we'll come back and look at the answers. Oh, got some, lots of answers. Well done. Oh, wow. Well done, guys. I didn't expect you to all be joining in with the first bit. That's great. I told you Harry would have the answers at the start. Hi Noah in Northern Ireland. Hi Zena in London. Hi Kyron. Thank you for joining in. Hi Freddie in Southmore. Okay, time for a new pen colour, I think. So, question 1 was, what is the ratio of blue to red? So there were 1, 2, 3, 4 blue blocks, and there were 2 red blocks, the ratio is 4 to 2. That can actually be simplified, to 2 to 1. You can simplify ratios just like you can fractions. Okay, so for every 2 blue blocks, there's 1 red block. But the answer I was looking for was 4 to 2. I have a packet of sweets. In every packet of sweets, there's 3 orange sweets to 4 green sweets. So if I then have 6 orange sweets, how many green sweets do I have? Well, what do you do to 3 to make it into 6? You times it by 2. So you do the same to this size. That is 8 green sweets. So remember, ratio is about balance. If you're given a set ratio, you can't change the balance of the ratio itself. You can only change the numbers with balancing both sides, just like when you're doing equivalent fractions. I'm going to give you a couple more questions now. I'm going to do some colour blocks, and then I'll go into the questions. So, I'll do 2 questions with colour blocks. So with these ones, I would like the ratio of purple to green. And with the one I'm going to do here, I would like the ratio of orange to green to blue. So I need purple and green. I need ones, don't I? So ratio of purple to green. So I'm going to go 1. Don't know why I'm counting, that's just helping you guys out, isn't it? So there's question 1. Need that one. Told you today would involve a lot of colouring. Okay, 1 minute, have a go at those. Oh, you guys are so quick. Amazing. Well done. Hi, Amy in Sunderland. Hi. Right, got some answers for the first one. Super. Hi, Finn in Ireland. Ooh. Careful with the last one, everybody. Hi, Meg in Honley. Hi, Shreya in Coventry. Now, careful with the last one. Look at the question carefully. Don't look at the colours, look at the question. Okay, I'm going to do the first one, give you a bit of time to have a look at this one. So, ratio of purple to green. So it says purple first. So I count the purple ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. And green, 1, 2, 3. And you can't simplify that anymore. Now with this one, it asks for the ratio of orange to green to blue. So there's 3 there. And it asks for orange first. Ratio of orange, that's 1. To green, there was 2 green. And to blue, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the answer for that one is 1, 2, and then 4. So always looking at those instructions. It's not just asking you what is the balance, it's in what order the balance is. Okay. Another question for you. Ice cream van. an ice cream van came to visit here yesterday, and I saw some people walking past the house. Oh, where they've got ice creams, they've got actual ice creams and actual ice cream cones. Where is it? And my husband said, oh yeah, I heard it a minute ago. So I went outside and he drove off, and I just thought, oh, I could have had a proper ice cream, but no, I'll have to see if he comes around later or tomorrow. Anyway, an ice cream van. For every 3 vanilla ice creams they sell 2 chocolate ice creams. So for every 3 vanilla they sell 2 chocolate. So, if, this is tricky this one, if 35 ice creams are sold, okay, what are the ratios? Okay, what are the ratios? So 35 ice creams are sold. What are the ratios going to be? I'll give you a clue. You need to add this together and then link it to this number. So I'll give you a clue. It's a tricky one, this one. Add these numbers, link it to 35. We'll give you a minute. Well done, good. Well done, good. Yeah, just have a go. I know some of you say you're not sure about it. Remember, this is a year 6 topic, so even if you just watch, that's absolutely fine. I love that you're giving it a go. It's amazing. Because I've not actually explained this one. So you add this together. So that means you've got this, it's talking about 5. We're comparing 5. So at the moment, for every 3 vanilla to 2 chocolate, we're talking about 5 ice creams. Now, we get up to 35 ice creams. So, if we get to vanilla here, and chocolate here, what do you do to 5 to make it into 35? Okay, what do you times 5 by to make it to 35? You times it by 7. Okay, so you then do the same to your current ratio. If you times 5 by 7 to make it into 35, do the same to the numbers you've already got. So 2 times 7 is 14, and 3 times 7 is 21. Okay, and then if you add 21 to 14, you get 35. You can simplify that, I think. So 1, 7, 7, 2, 4, 3 7s are 21. So it's actually, you can simplify it to 3 to 2. Okay? That's, oh, well, there you go. You can see that you can go back, so it does work. Okay? Tricky question, that one. I'll admit, that's definitely one of the tricky ones. We are going to do more on ratio problems on Thursday. Here's a better one. In a cake, I need 500 grams of flour, 1 tablespoon of butter. I'm going to run out of room here. And I'm going to do 1 egg. I'm going to squeeze my 1 egg in there. It doesn't matter the order of this one. So if I'm baking a cake, I need 1 egg, 500 grams of flour, and 1 tablespoon of butter. That's not true. That would never work in a cake, but I'm just making it up. If I made a cake, and I'm going to make a bigger cake, and I use 3 tablespoons of butter, what are the other parts of the ratio now going to be? How much flour and how many eggs will I need if the 1 tablespoon has gone into 3 tablespoons? question. If you just gave it a go, that's absolutely fine. Hi, Megan Huddersfield. Hi, Millie from Chard. Oh, amazing. Well done, guys. Yeah, so what you've done, to make 1 into 3, you times it by 3, so you do the same to the rest. So if you've got 1 egg, that means you'll have now 3 eggs. Instead of 500 grams of flour, you times that by 3, which is 1,500 grams. Brilliant, you've just done ratio there. Fantastic, well done. I'm going to leave it at that because I can see that it is a little bit tricky. If you were doing fine with the colours, then the coloured dots and putting the ratios, that's amazing. Okay, these type ones more, and the one before that with the ice creams is definitely higher on year 6. So don't worry about that. I'm going to put a challenge question up in a minute, so have a go at that. Tomorrow we're going to look at proportion. Ratio and proportion are very, very closely linked, so I'm going to introduce that. Hope you can join in. Well done today, you're brilliant. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.